Hello, Mixed Nutcases and Dog Days of Podcasting listeners. This is Nuke Joss, and this is me still trying to catch up. I was jet lagged. I don't think I've ever experienced jet lag before, but yeah, yesterday I was jet lagged. After doing my recording, I was going through my day, and I was having a hard time. I was getting, that blink. Yeah, that's not good when you're somebody who presents all day. 2 minutes before a session, I had a customer email saying that they're not going to be able to make it. They need to reschedule. So we, so that I wasn't going to be doing that. Now, normally I would jump at the chance to get caught up for the next day. I did not do that. I said, I need a nap. So I went and I took a nap. I set my alarm and I took just a little over an hour nap. And oh boy, did I need that. I woke up refreshed. I was ready to tackle the day, as refreshed as I can ever be. But yeah, I was jet lagged, coming back from California, traveling all day. And then the very next day, walking several kilometers around the city and then biking, at a pretty high heart rate, as I'm able to see with my apps and so forth. Really just a big day. And then working. So I needed the rest. So I took a little nap and it worked. But then of course I had to work late because I still had to get ready for the next day. And then after work, I had to go to the grocery store and pick up vegetables and, just essentials for the week because I had none of my foods, that I needed to eat throughout the week. So I made sure that I did all of that. And then, we came back and I was going to get Saint-Hubert, which is a chicken place. I was going to get Saint-Hubert for dinner thinking that they closed at, 9 or 10. But no, they closed at 8, which was surprising to me, especially in the summertime. It's a Saint-Hubert Express because we're basically a rest stop. That's our exit, is a rest stop. And I thought that they would be open later, but they were not. And I did not want fast food. Like, Saint-Hubert is not fast food. It's, for my American listeners, it is, I'm trying to describe it. It's not even like Boston Market or Kenny Rogers Roasters, because while it is very much about chicken, they have like full food. It's not cafe style. Most Saint-Huberts are sit down restaurants, and they have a full menu and everything. The Saint-Hubert Express is a more limited menu, but it still has a sit down area, but it also has a drive-through. That's what makes it the Express, is you can get it and you can get these family packs and take home. Anyway, they were closed, so I couldn't do that. So I came home and I had already gone grocery shopping, so I didn't pick up any meat for the meal for tonight. And I was like, oh, what should I make? So I got home and I was like, well, you know what? I did just buy some tortilla chips. I can make nachos. And I know that Tech loves my nachos. So I went to the freezer and we didn't have any ground meat. And I said, well, I'll make chicken nachos. So I defrosted some chicken and then I cooked up the chicken and I made my nachos. I, just spread out the nachos, put a little cheese, put the cooked chicken that I seasoned with Lawry's, and then and a little bit of the taco seasoning. And then I had cut up some peppers and mushrooms, and I put some more cheese and some green onion, and then more cheese again. And then I sprinkled taco seasoning on top and a little bit of sriracha lime and baked them. Very easy meal to make. And they came out great. They were awesome. And then while that was baking, which it's very quick. So it only takes like 10 minutes usually. 10, and I put it on the air fry so it gets a little extra crispy because I have a convection oven, so it has an air fry setting. And so I started chopping up my shallots for my lunches, and then we had dinner, and then I was able to finish up my lunches after dinner, and we went for a nice walk, and it was a really nice night. And again, I just didn't want to record, but that's okay. The other thing that happened was we got our Angies. So I think I mentioned that I wanted to purchase a sensor that we can put on the back of our helmets. It's called an Angie. And so we got those in the mail. They were on sale, so I got them for $30 each. Usually they're 60. We got them for $30 each, Canadian. And it's got a little one of those big, what do they call them? The quarter batteries or the dime batteries or whatever. The flat batteries. And it just sticks onto your helmet. So I stuck it onto the helmet and we set it up, and all the documentation says that you're going to need like the paid app, but after they initially came out with it, people didn't like that. So they partnered with MIPS, which is a kind of the helmets. Lots of brands have these helmets, but I think it's the internal systems that are on the helmets that make it attached to your head. It's a safety thing. So if it's a MIPS qualified helmet, you're getting a good helmet. And anyway, so they partnered with MIPS, and MIPS was like, no, we are open source. We are open for all. And so they made their app 100% free, which is fantastic. So you get the app, and it has that sensor. And if you get into a crash, it will contact your emergency contact. So you put in the phone number for that emergency contact. And you also, you can also, have it set. So it said 15 seconds that you have to say, no, I'm okay. And I was like, no, I need a minute for that. And a minute is not going to be that big a deal. So we set them for a minute. We put in each other's phone numbers. And then I noticed that there's a couple of things. You can turn on the, I expect to be back by this time. So if you're going out for a ride and you don't come back within your allotted time, your emergency contact gets a text, and that's really cool. The other thing is because it's using your phone, it can also track your ride. I have so many things that can track my ride right now. I have my Garmin Forerunner, which is a watch. I have the computer on my bicycle. I got and this new bicycle. I bought a computer that goes with it because it ties right into the battery, and it is even better. It is awesome. It syncs with my heart rate monitor. So I have one of those bands for my heart rate monitor that goes around your chest, just gives you a little bit of a better idea of where you are. And so that syncs. I just have so many, and then my phone will keep track. So I have so many different things keeping track of me. It's so funny, but the stats are really cool to look at and be able to see where you are, what your heart rate is, and all those other things. Are they VO2s or whatever that they're supposed to be? I don't know. I just know that I'm looking at my heart rate, and my heart rate's pretty accurate. Especially with the band, because I've got the band. Your heart rate through a watch is less accurate, which is why I went for the band, and that can be really helpful. So I have all these different ways to track, but now the new sensor can also track. And what was neat is it connects to Strava, and it connects to my Garmin apps, and it connects to the Apple Health app. So it was able to pull in all the data from my previous rides, and I could actually go through my previous rides and get more information, which is neat because Strava has, I use the free version of Strava, and they have all these limits on what you can do. There's so many things turned off that you have to get the paid version, and it's kind of an expensive app. I'm not biking that much that I'm paying for Strava, but it was really neat because I could then go in and see all the things that Strava was blocking. Excuse me. And the interface was pretty cool. So you might be hearing crickets. You might be hearing some external noises. I am recording downstairs, and we had opened up the windows downstairs because it got really hot in the house. I only have air conditioning upstairs, and it got up to 26, 27 degrees last night in the house. Now it's only 24 here now, which is quite comfortable. That is comfortable. But once you get over the 26, it starts to become a little unbearable, especially with the humidity. So we opened up the windows. I normally keep the windows closed. Like I'll open them up, get the house nice and cool. But when the house cools down, because sometimes if your windows are open, you'll get all the heat as well, right? That hot air. So when we have a cool day, I open up the windows, I cool the house down. And when the house gets really cool, like before I left, the house was so cool. It was actually pretty cool. I think we went below 20. And it was starting to get a little cold. I close up the windows and it will keep that cool level for days. As long as we, don't leave the back door open with the screen, as long as we keep everything closed up, it'll keep it. We have some pretty good insulation. There's reasons for that. So it'll keep it cool for days. And I was like, okay, we got to open them up. So I opened them up last night and cooled down the house. But I'm leaving them open because it's still relatively cool. It's supposed to go up to like 30 today. So it might be smart for me to close the windows. But I don't know. It's always, when do I close or open the windows? It's always a tricky thing. We have air conditioners upstairs, but the air conditioners are just, portables, and there's no door between upstairs and downstairs. So it just opens up into like the main office, and it's always tricky. Anyway, so yeah, as I was saying, I'm a little ADD already. Really like the Angie. So it's ANGI. Angie is the sensor, and it's made by Specialized, but it can go onto almost any helmet. As long as you don't have like an arrow fin or something on the back, you should be able to use it. We were able to see that it was working. We could see the motion that it was doing. So that was really good. Highly recommend. It's just an extra piece of safety kit. And I'm at that point where, and I'm always very much a proponent of safety, but I am at that point, I just turned 47. I don't need to be like off in a ditch where nobody knows that I've fallen, I need to be careful, and being careful does not ruin my fun. And this is just a way of me being careful and still doing all of the things that I want to do. So that just makes me really happy. All right. So I will talk to you later on today. I'm pretty sure. I really hope. We'll see. We'll see if I'm a liar. I don't know. Nutty Bites is produced by Nimlas Studios under a Creative Commons Attribution No Commercial Non-Derivatives 3.0 International License. That means you can't change it without my permission. You can share it and send it to your friends. Just link back to me, my site, and everything. We live at nimlas.org, which has links to everything social media, including facebook.com/group/nuttybites and patreon.com/nukejoss, or call 347-NUTTY42.